Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be going over a tier list for Ranked Conquest for Smite. We're gonna begin this list off with Achilles. I honestly think he's balanced right now. Like, he can win lane, he can lose lane. I don't think he's overpowered. He doesn't bring anything special to the table right now, as far as I'm concerned. Agni, going right up to S. So this is like basically a poke meta right now in the late game, where you need a burst mage to poke out the other team. Your mage has to do a lot late game. Agni has a decent level 1 through 5 in my opinion. He can hold his own. He's good mid game, and he's fantastic late game with the late game poke. So that's why I'm putting him S. Mosin Cobb, he's going right to B+. He brings what every other hunter already really brings to the table. He doesn't bring really anything much. Every hunter does what he does, but better. I don't see a reason why I would pick Musin Cop over anyone else almost. Plus, the jungler could easily gank him. Like, they could take the red route, and even if they don't, Musin Cop's such a free kill. Butch, he's been getting better. I'm not sure on my placement with him, but I'm gonna place him A. He seems pretty balanced right now. A lot of people have been rating him, saying A+, even some people S. I think that's a bit crazy. I think he does a decent job in the laning phase, in the late game. He doesn't get as picked as much anymore. Like, I really don't know how to explain Butch. I think he's A. I think he's balanced. Anya, his basics feels really satisfying. He's average ADC right now. I think a bit over the point of balance. Like, he's strong and he's like a flavor pick. Like, you impel someone into the wall, it's GG. He has a lot of early burst. He's ADC. He does well late game. Anya's good. You could play him. Amaterasu. I've actually been seeing a lot of Ama lately. She's a flex pick. You could pick her solo, but you'll probably lose lane because she sucks solo. Like, do not pick her solo. Alright. She could go with support. She's a really good support. Laning phase, just W hold them as Ama. Simple as that. Yeah, I've actually seen, I forgot his name, but he went jungle in Ama and ranked, and it was amazing. A really fun time. It worked out pretty decently as well. Anubis. Going right to... Okay, no. This bitch is going to be. I'm sorry. Don't pick him in my ranked games. Sure, he could frag people, but afterwards it's a free kill. Al Kwong going right to S+. He has good clear. He gets in, he gets a pick, he gets out. He's good with burst. The new attack speed builds crazy on him. You could build in burst as well if you want, but I mean, the rings are really good right now. And he mostly beats almost every jungler in the game right now. I think the only people who could contest Ao Kwong are late game, Mercury, and Kali. I think he'd personally destroy Bacchus. Like, burst, it's over in one instant. Kali has her ult. Kali could stun. Kali has control. Mercury could throw him away, one-shot him. I just don't see Bacchus winning against Ao Kwong. Aphrodite. Going right to B. Don't pick her. I don't think I really need to explain. Apollo. Now, I'm kind of deciding, like, A or B+. Like, it's the same situation with AMC. Like, he doesn't bring that much to the table. He has a strong late game. His laning phase is average. But I'm going to place him A because he has a global presence and he's safe. That's the reason why I'm placing him A. Arachne. Arachne... Nah. I'm going to place her A. So, she's a power farmer similar to Mercury right now. Like, you could place your rebs at the red while you're doing another buff. You could do that. Once Golden Blade's online, you're gonna power farm the shit out of everyone and over level a lot of people. But the thing with Arachne is, like late game, as I said before, it's like a burst meta. A pokey burst meta, if you know what I mean. Like, their mage is gonna poke. Their jungler is going to try a poke or burst. Their ADC is going to do the same. Like, Arachne has to dedicate to one target. All she's going to do is burn her ult, burn her relics until she's dead, or go 1-for-1. Like, she may get your team a lead, but in the current meta, I don't think she's that decent. Just because of how the game's being played right now. Ares. A+. A lot of you guys are probably surprised. He's A+ because you have a lot of kill potential level 1. And you're either going sprint or shell, depending on the scenario or the playstyle. Ares does fantastic. He does phenomenal at that. His rotations to kill, fantastic. His initiations, I would say fantastic, but when he ults charge up, people usually kill him. But if he gets it off, it's fantastic. The only thing I think he sucks at are when you're defending. He's not good versus sieges. Yeah, you're not a burn beads. You're a beads burner. You're not in the lead, you're just going to get fragged if you're behind as Ares. Simple as that. Artemis is going to B+. Same case as AMC. Oh, you want more? No. She's B+. RDO, where to place her? Like, the meta, I wouldn't say really favors her, because she likes being sustainy. She doesn't have, like, that ultimate, like other Guardians, to massively initiate or burst people down. But again, I view her more as a solo laner. She's a good support too, and a A+. And she doesn't lose lane to anyone, that's a big thing as well. And I think she wins lane against everyone. I don't know one matchup where she loses. I think the hardest matchup she has is probably against Serb. And even then, a lot of the time you're gonna fuck a Serb. It really depends on the skill of the individual, but they have a pretty good matchup, her and Serb. Athena, S. Not S+. Good rotations. She has a decent laning phase. Her level 1 sucks. And she's highly contested because I think in this burst meta, you want quick rotations. Like, you're in duo, they need help mid, you go mid, get taunt, they're dead. I think that's why she's very valuable right now, just because of her global presence in the meta. Wheelix. Poor Wheelix. Where do I put her? You know, I don't think she's bad, but she's not good either. Like, you could play a Wheelix, but why pick her over almost every other jungler in the game? That's a serious question. And plus, she's, I think, possibly the worst jungler from behind. I don't know a worse jungler from behind than the Wheelix. Bacchus. Hey, you could join B as well. Bacchus has to initiate hard, and usually he'll be bursted down before he could get majority of his damage off. I think there's just a lot of Guardians that does Bacchus' job better and cleaner. Bacchusora. Bacchusora is, I think, S. I don't think he's S+. I don't think he's crazy. I think people need to learn how to play against him. Again, he's a power farmer. Once he gets Golden Blade online, he's gonna outlevel most people. But you need to realize when he ults, you could just walk away. You don't have to fight him. Just walk. I think once people start learning that, he's gonna drop back down to A+ or even A. But for now, S. Baron. A lot of you are going to be surprised, but I'm putting him S. After its nerfs, I don't think he warrants S+ anymore. This is because his ult, like, you're gonna only hit one person with the stun and everything. And you're only going to do massive damage to one person. I think Baron really sucks from behind, and you can't solo carry a game as him. I think with every other S+ character, you have more potential to carry a game than Baron Samedi. Don't get me wrong, if he's ahead, he will demolish majority of your team. But I just don't see him as that Ao Kuang presence of the carry. The one thing I will give him merit for is he's a really good flex pick. You could play him mid, you could play him solo, and you could play him support. So maybe that's why people play him S+. I still don't think that warrants him being S+. Bastet. A. So she can clear well, she goes in, does burst damage, gets out. I guess late game she could kind of split push 2, make her cats tank the tower. She had some utility towards her. I just don't think she's like a dominating presence. Like, I don't think she's like the Ao Kuang you see. She's like the Mercury, the Pele, the Bacchus, and so on. Plus, like most of the time, you're only going to be bursting down one target. But unlike Arachne right here, you actually get out and live. Wowee. The next one is Bellona. Now, where do I put Bellona in this equation? Oh wait, right here. Just go with Berserker Shield. Berserker Shield's in the meta. She has a good late game, a good laning phase, a good early game. She's an all-around god. You want a player, you play her. You want a learner, you learn her. She will always be a staple. And I don't think she's going to fall out of the meta anytime soon. Cabrakan, not really getting played. Not really. There's no reason to blame jungle. Bear junglers. No reason to blame support. Bear supports. He does W hold. But for one, he sucks at defense sieges. And he even sucks at offense sieges. So why pick him? He has no range to poke as well. For the solo lane, same problem, no range to poke. And he can't stick to people. He could stun them, he could try and nuke them, but he can't really stick on them. Camazotz. Balanced god all around. I mean, due to Mercury and Bacchus being back in the meta with Golden Blade, like, there's no reason to pick Camazotz. You could burst people down way better with Mercury. I would never find a reason to play Camazotz over Mercury. Mercury clears better, bursts people down better, global presence, and could even more with basic attacks. Like just basic them to death, and you'll do more than Kamazat's full kit. So, it really leaves you wondering, why even play Kamazats? CERN. I mean, he's an average ADC. He could clear wave. He has one hell of a late game. He could build pen, crit. He could build whatever. He's good with defense sieges. And he's fantastic with offense sieges. So, it's not a bad god. I think there's better... Obviously, I think there's better ADCs, but I don't think it's bad. Not at all. Serb S. This god's really underrated. You play him in the dual lane, W hold them. Just spray them. You're strutting their protections, you're doing massive damage. Like, you could carry a game as Serb support. Solo lane. He doesn't have that many bad matchups, but he does have, for one, Kukulin. Like, he has a really bad matchup against Kukulin. I think that's his only really bad matchup. I can't think of another one. He could blink initiate. You have control with him. You're safe. Just a really all-round god overall. A really good god. Shock. Like, Chalk is a counter to Pele. Because you build double defense, throw your axe, you make it rain. For that reason, I'm putting him A+. He could kind of dictate whether you'll win against Pele or not. Making a stalemate. Make it so you drag out her late game. Chalk does this with so many assassins as well, and you could throw your axe and you could close down the whole area. Remember, your slow stacks. He has a really good laning phase as well, and most of the time you're not going to die to ganks, and you could definitely win 1v1s with him. He is a bully. Now, Chung. This might seem a bit crazy, but I'm thinking A+. Now, before you say anything, you have not tried T2 Boots Chalice on her. It's insane. Like, sometimes I go that over Mage's Blessing for her in the solo lane. You can invade their, what do you call it? You can invade their jungle, the speed, distract them, teleport back, or even just walk back to lane. You could screw their entire jungler's day up in ranked. Yeah. And you could even get full boots without backing, or wasting your teleport, or whichever relic you have. I think Chung's probably the most underrated god in the game right now. Chernobyl. Going right without Kwong. Global presence, strong. Burst, strong. Poke, strong. Boxing, strong. Everything about him's really strong. Chiron. A+. Good laning phase. He's ADC, good late game, good early game. It's a good old game. Plus, with the new Heartseeker, that build, magnificent on him. Chronos. Don't play Chronos. I should really explain why, alright? Chronos really... Don't play Chronos. Thank you. No, I should really explain though. Every ADC outboxes him. Every burst mage does more than him with the the poke category. Ever since he lost Hassant, he's been you have to switch up your playstyle with him. I feel like it takes too long for Chronos to get online. I don't think he's bad, just other gods does his role better, which is why he's here. I don't think there's ever a reason to play Chronos over any other god. Colin. S. Now, here is probably the second most underrated god right now, under the radar. So, you go with T2 boots, Health Chalice, and 2 multi-pods or whatever. You go teleport. Like, you could just start at their speed, fuck them up, distract the jungler, teleport back. Even if you lose mana, let's say, something crazy happens, you lose mana, you're Colin. You put their jungler behind, you help your jungler, you help yourself. You're not missing that much. You actually might steal the camp. You might even have more XP than him. You never know. I think this is a risk X reward scenario, and I think the reward's way better than the risk. Alright. Next, Cuperino. Cupid, I would say, is around B+. Alright, before you say, wow, you put Chronos B, but Cupid B+, you don't know how to play the game. Well, you know, Cupid could frag people with his ultimate. Chronos cannot do that. Chronos does not have a lot of level 5 potential with fighting due to his ultimate. Cupid just cripples you and fucks you, and you are dead level 5. I think Cupid has one of the best level 5s in the game. Like, it's pretty crazy. But everything else about him sucks, so he's B+. Oh, we have a lot of gods left. Dodgy. A+. Her clear speed's really good. She just goes on someone with either Blink or her 3. You could auto attack cancel with her, that's pretty cool. And you could initiate, so she has that going for her. I don't think she's broken, but she's a really good god. If you want to try carry with her, you could try carry. I don't think she's going to fall out of the meta anytime soon. Another hard pick, Discordia. Now, where am I going to put Discordia? Her early game isn't really that good. A. But then her late game's insane. SS. But then she has good defensive capabilities in the early game, even though she sucks in the early game. A+. I'm going to place her A+. Arlong Chen. You didn't expect this one coming. Yep. So, remember I said you'd be shocked before where I place Arlong? Arlong could box anyone in the game. I think disregarding Ardio, he could box anyone in the game at level 1 through 5. Even Pele. I've seen a lot of Peles lose to Arlong Chens. Arlong is a really good god. You could W hold, you could go the T2 boots Chalice start, you could distract their jungler, you could rush Berserker's shield, you could still distract their jungler. Like, the only thing he's bad with, I think, is he's good with defense sieges. But I don't think he's that good with offense sieges. What I mean by that is, yes, he could do damage to the Phoenix. He could knock someone up, but you're going in, you're initiating at that point, where you have no escape after you use your turtle, or your mink, depending on what you choose. It should be your turtle, you should be trying to knock someone up, but that's not my concern. I think one of the main priorities with an Arlong right now is he has so many options to level his abilities. Like, you go level your pin depending on the matchup. If you think you're gonna fall behind, level your pin. If you think you could just go through the wave, upgrade your 3. He has so many choices, and that's why I personally love his design. And Reddit sucks for saying he has a bad design. Orlung has such a good design. Fafnir. If you miss your hammer, you're useless, so where do I put Fafnir? I mean, if you don't miss your hammer, you're doing stuff. He's usually really strong, like outplays him. Whoa, SS! It's a double hunter meta, but it's not unless you're picking Chernobyl. So I'm gonna place him A. Fen. Where does Fenny boy go? Fen A. He does his job, he does it well. You jump on someone, you burst them down, you bring them to your team, they're dead. Doesn't really have any ranged poke, you build them tanky, you fuck people up. Freya. Wow, guys, who would have expected Freya's here? Seriously, she's the best god in the game. Please. Ganesh. Ganesha. Where does Ganesh go? You know, his level 1 isn't that bad for clearing. Doesn't have that much potential. You can still go sprint or shell and possibly get a kill. So I'm putting him here. Plus, you can burn objectives, give kills to your carry, which is pretty nice. So that's going for him. Geb. S. Very good for defense and offense stages. That's really it. Plus amazing with teamfights due to his ultimate. Guan Yu. I really want to place him right here. I love Guan Yu, but it was never meant to be Guan Yu. Never meant to be. Hachiman. Hachi A+? Yeah, A+. Good poke, good ultimate, CC immunity, box as well. I agree. Hades. Hey guys, you want to lose a ranked game? How about you play Hades? That's a fantastic idea. Like, you just go all in, they nuke you. Like, Hades can work, but he really doesn't have any poke or anything. Like, he has to fully initiate, which is the problem with Hades. You can get away with it the early game, the mid game, but the late game you're going to get fucked, and that's the honest truth. Yeah, boy. For ranked, S+. You can play this god in literally any role. You want to blame support, blame support. ADC, blame ADC. Mid. You can play him in every role you could possibly imagine. In laning, if he gets a head start, he freezes lane. ADC, you're fucked. Solo, you're fucked. Mid, you're fucked. Just insane if you get a lead with him. Even not, he has range to poke. In the late game, the only thing is, like, if you ult in late game, you're probably going to die. You're Hebra. What you expect? Hell. No. Hell, I don't think she's bad. I don't think she's good. Quick rotations due to her movement speed. She could clear wave. She could box really heavily mid. And that's about it. Wow, there wasn't really that much to go. Okay. Hercules. Yeah, plays Hercules A. He's balanced. He has a 1-2 combo. You should be able to avoid it after the first 10 times of saying it. And he has objective secure and a law burst. But that's only if he hits his 1-2 combo. Ooh yee. Hey, another S. Remember what I said about Hachiman before? Basically the same thing applies. Humbats. A plus. A lot of junglers are better than him, but he does have a good team fight. Like late game, he's gonna have a good team fighting potential. Mid game, he's going to do shit with the rotations. Early game, he doesn't have the worst clear, but he doesn't have the best clear. He's a strong god, A+. Isis. A. Not bad, not good. Not too hot, not too cold. That's basically what she is right now. I mean, I think I would place her S if, like, someone like Penny were playing her, or even probably legit. They're good with her. Izanami. I'm going to place A. She clears lane. She could secure objectives. She could potentially win 1v1s, but the double auto attack penalty really just puts her really far into tiers. She's not the best at boxing just due to her double auto attack penalty. And you could play other gods like Ram, Jing, all these gods that'll do the same thing but better. Janice. S. Transportation for the whole team. Really short cooldowns. One of the safest god in the game. Objective. Yes, he has good objective secure as well. Like, I don't know why people put him to A+ or A usually. He's definitely an S god in ranked. You just have to be good. Jingwei. Probably the best hunter in the game. Yeah, I would say he's the best hunter in the game. No. That goes to Chernobyl, alright? Let's not get crazy. She's the second best hunter in the game. She backs for free. She gets devours first. She outfarms you. She has the best CC in the game, a knockup. She crits hard, especially with her 2. You build her a triple crit. Like, you build her devours, boots, XE, triple crit, or if you want to go into Quins, that's up to you. She does a lot. And her passive, you abuse it to the maximum, and she's going to be a definite S for you. You should heavily invest your time into Jingwei. She's not going to be banned majority of the time. Kali, underrated god, A+. I've been actually, like, I don't know how I feel with the golden play on her. I don't think golden plate's that good, but we'll see what happens. Recently, I've been just W holding as Kali, and it's been working. That's really all I could say. She has good burst, she has decent clear, she's late game god, you could just dive into 5 people, and everything will be Gucci. Khepri. A. He's cut out too easily. He has good lane clear, and he could revive one of the carries late game. That's all he could really do, though. Cuckoo Khan. B+. Now, he is safe. You could build him a bit tanky, and he will do his job, and he's really hard to actually go on now. But he doesn't have that much mobility. He doesn't, like, unless you're an idiot, you're not going to walk into his tornado. Like, I just don't think he's the best god. I think he's underpowered right now, and you need a composition built around him to play Kukulkan. Kumbhakarna. S. He gets people off of your dick, basically. He'll just get carries off of your dick, he'll just ult people, and he'll burst them down while applying a lot of CC. Plus, he could interrupt abilities, and his 2, even if you stun it, apparently it doesn't go on cooldown because that's balanced, am I right? Kuzin. Now, if you play wrong against him, he's S. You know why? because he'll just push you through the wave and you're going to die solo lane. So do not do that. If you play well against him, he's a 8 god. He's not really that good. He's possibly even lower, but I'm gonna play some A. Loki. Loki is a gateway ban. That means you could ban him first. There's only 2 gateway bans in the game. Like, he could pub stomp. If you don't ban him, he pub stomps. Or he has the potential to. You ban him, you're gonna probably get a top pick if you're first pick. A gateway ban is basically a ban the first pick does to try to get a top pick. I think Loki's a gateway to that, along with another god I'll go over soon. A gateway ban has to be a pub stomp god as well. It can't be really like a troll ban. Medusa. Good defense, good sieges against defenses with her ultimate. Good with initiating, good burst damage, good boxing potential. A decent level 1. And they'll place her A+. She's an A+ god. Mercury. Wow. He's the best power farmer in the game. He's the best god in the game. You're going to one-shot everything. You have a global presence. You have really good poke. And let me make this clear. Do not build stone cutting on him right now. I've heard DM Brandon say, if you can't get basics off, go stone cutting. Like if you're behind, or something along those lines. And that's not really true because you need basics off to activate stone cutting sword. And it's not going to give you more poke, it's not going to give you more pressure, it's not going to make you more tanky. Or technically, well, I'll take that back, but you got my point. Like, if always build him crit, always build him golden blade, boots, death, rage, deathbringer, and then your other items are optional. You want stick, you go Hassan to Magi's. You need a dedicated magical item, magical defense item, go that. You need a dedicated Nemean, you go it last item. You do you. Just build him right, do not build him wrong. Neith. Very predictable, overrated, stop playing her, A. So the only time she's a nuisance is when she controls the lane with her weaves. And a good jungler will shut that shit down. A good support will W hold and shut that shit down. If you don't have either of those in your ADC, I would say she's probably around A+. But disregarding those stupid scenarios, this is high ranked we're talking about, we're gonna put her A. Now, Nemesis. Nemesis is, I would say, similar to Kali, but only she just can't keep on going. I think she's good during offense and defense sieges just because she could just ult one person, get their protections, and just dive them, right? So, just because she does that versus Kali just diving into the whole team, getting a penta, and doing Kali stuff, I'm gonna place her A+ as well. She has good defense and offense sieges. She does not outclear majority of the people right now in the jungle. Her rotations, you're usually going to get a kill, you ult someone, you blink, you screw them. Naja. A+. She still could, I wouldn't say she could compete with Mercury in clearing, but she has very good clear. She has very good burst. You could build her multiple ways. You could build her crit. You could build her a bit tankier. Plus you could flex pick her. You could either play her support or jungle. Don't play her support, please. Alright. Nike. Absolute garbage. So let me explain this real quick. I think Nike is the second most useless god in the game right now. She's just a meat shield. There's nothing good about her. Please don't play her. Just don't do it. And that brings us to our most useless god, Nox. In this meta, I think Nox is the worst god in the game. Yes, she could lock someone down. You can get a kill with her, yes. That's granted. Although in an actual ranked game, where it's just not full pub stomping, if you have those extended fights and their mage is poking out your team, you can't do the same. You have to go closer. You have to try to shadow lock someone, in that point, their whole team's going to jump on you. I just don't think Nox is that good right now. Nua's good late game. Not that good early game. I guess you could play her solo, but who would do that? Nua is... I'll say A. Odin, another gateway ban. So Odin could easily pub stomp with Loki. You counter them, they don't have any leaps, you go Odin. You launch down their healing, you go Odin. You want to burst them down, you go Odin. Odin's a flex pick, you could ban him, he's a gateway ban, just like Loki. To get one of the top picks, one of these guys over here. Or mostly Alquang, Chernobog, Freya, and Mercury in most situations. And Pelly, we haven't gotten to her yet, though. Osiris, Berserker Shield, me Osiris. Osiris, Berserker Shield, may you live happily ever after. Pelly, a broken piece of shit. Hey, even late game she does a lot of damage, even though she's early game god and mid game god. 30% movement speed, balanced, right? Am I right? She has insane lifesteal, insane movement speed. You could flex her in the solo lane, but she gets shut down by double defense, or the jungle, where she should be played. And you're all good to go. You're Gucci. Poseidon. Too easy. I think he's too easy to dive on. But Omnia plays him A+, because of gem isolation is in the game, plus rings, plus Frostalis, or Gemtalis in this matter, is really strong. He has a lot of 1v1 potential, a lot of burst potential. Someone dives on him, you place a whirlpool on yourself, and you just nuke yourself. Ra. This is not a sustain meta, and unless you have godlike accuracy, I would place him A. Raijin. S. La burst. A la burst. A lot of burst. Rum. I think he fell off a bit. I don't think he's in those top ADC tiers anymore. I think he fell down a bit, just a bit, because he doesn't really have any AoE. I guess he could poke, but it's with his basics. I feel like he's a really good hunter, but he's not the top 3 right now. Ratatasker. Rat. I think he has to commit too much. I'd rather play Thor. I think he's the worst Thor right now. Robin. I'm gonna play some A2. 2 main junglers using Golden Blade. I guess if you want tanky jungler, you can play Robin, but there are better choices for bursting down enemies and rotating, and almost anything else. Scylla, hey! She pokes, yes. She bursts. She has a good... Her early game's not bad, but not good. Her late game's amazing. S. Serket. Now, if we're talking about Serket support, I'm saying A+. Because you could build her tanky, blink in, ult the target. You could do massive damage early game. You could W hold them early game. You could blink on them early game. You could screw them early game. late game with jungle is a nightmare. You cannot get any picks. And even if you do, you're going to die. Even if you're Circuit. It's so hard to initiate late game as Circuit jungle right now. But if player support, A+. If player jungle, A. And the plays are A+. Scotty. I mean, I really don't have comments about Golly. We'll see what the new Heartseeker does for her. I don't think much, but we'll see what happens. Sobek, only A. I mean, the thing I like about Sobek is you could flex your 1 or your 3. Your 1, all your abilities actually you could flex for the first level. You want sustain and to clear the wave, there. You want to get someone off your ADC or your dick quickly, your knockback. Or you want to go for a cheeky kill, you just go your snipe. Pow. Sol. I think she's a bit underrated. She does have poke. She does win lane. You know what? Screw it. A+. For ranked, A+. She has poke. She could win 1v1 mid. She could take down towers mid. She could split push. She burns objectives. Like, she's a good god. If you want player. For competitive, no. For the highest ranked against really good players, not really. For casual diamond players, yes. Even masters players, yes. To some extent. Some Wukong. Too many people who use Berserker Shielder in the meta. Too many people could beam in lane like Erlong. Too many people control the map like Odin. I wouldn't really pick Sun Wukong. I think he's good for offense sieges. I think he's shit for defense sieges. I wouldn't say shit for defense sieges, but I wouldn't say he's as good. His offense sieges are really good. Susanoo. Susanoo, I would place A+. Hey kid, you want jungler? You want to burst down your enemies in 5 seconds? Play Susan. Problem solved. Well, you're not going to do Mercury amounts of damage, but Susan's a good ability-based assassin. With a lot of mobility, he's safe. And you can still do shit with him. He also has team fighting potential. He's good with defense and offense sieges, so that's really nice as well. Better with offense sieges, though. So Venice, he'll usually get nuked, but he has good lane pressure. If you hit most of his finds, I would say A+, but in this case, I'm putting him A. Terra, a good level 1 stun. I always get the stun level 1. She's an A+ god. She could control an area with her monolith. And that's really all I have to say about her. Thanatos. Sweet Thanatos. You could carry as Thana. They don't see you coming. You just ult, hit them, kill them. He doesn't have the worst, clear. And late game, during fights, during those extended fights of burst, if you somehow survive, you could just throw out your scythe, and you could heal for 50% of your health. Not 50, but more like 30. It's pretty insane, though. The Morgan. She could transform into any god. She doesn't have the best poke, but she does a lot of damage, so S. Thor. A Baratasker, A+. Thoth. Doesn't really do anything right now. Especially compared to other mid laners. If you want to lose, play Thoth. He really just doesn't do a lot compared to our mid laners right now. Tier. tier I'll say he's balanced. He's A. He really can't lose lane to anyone except Guan Yu, and Guan Yu isn't really well considered in the meta. Guan Yu dominates tier, but everything else, tier just manages to stalemate lane. Oh, and RDO. RDO fucks up tier 2. Definitely. Ooh. Right above or below Jing Wei, Wu follows Jing in the S category. The axe casting time is crazy still. You can still burst people in your ADC, you can take out objectives, you can take out towers. That's all there is to it. Plus you're safe. For mana, really the same thing as, I've seen Vamana jungle once and they did well. At one point, I was actually considering A+ bump playing in May. Like, I haven't seen anything since, so. Vulcan. No Vulcan ADCs today, but Vulcan mids are appreciated. And they're pretty good as well. Chivlanke. A+. He's good. He can hold lane. He's a late game god. He'll do a lot of damage late game. It's a global ultimate, which is very underrated. Like, that could fuck a whole team fight up. So congratulations to you, Chiflanke. Xing Chen. He makes people stand still, basically. You W hold them, just like you do with most other Guardians. And that's really it. I guess his defense sieges are alright. His offense sieges are alright. Ymir sucks. Out position, he dies. Don't play Ymir. Zeus does a lot of damage. No mobility. Has the problem he always has. Placing A. Let's see. Zhang Kui, A+, tanky, dominates. Gets a lead, dominates. Does anything, he dominates. Alright guys, I know this is the first time I've actually made the tier list in a video, so I apologize if I explained that well. I'm new to content creation. Anyways, leave a like on the video if you like the tier list. Malcasters out. Adios, amigos.